Thank you very much, Courtney. Drew Kozub today checking out how students at Brock Corydon, in one particular class there, are representing our city when it comes to Tourism Week in Canada. Good morning, Drew.
Good morning, Jeremy. Such great little ambassadors inside of this classroom, led by their wonderful teacher, Mrs. Pereles, who we'll chat with in a minute. But right now I wanted to show you what a random act of beauty looks like. Okay,
it is beautiful, but how does it work in with the random act of beauty idea?
So what the students did is they picked up some flowers and some supplies from Rona, and then they made a whole bunch of these little plants, and then they went through the neighborhood and left them on people's doorsteps, just as a goodwill act, so that people could plant them in their yards and have this beauty going on. And they just did it to do something nice, but they were very surprised and very fortunate that they started getting beautiful thank you cards written back to them with people who talked about how it made their day, or how every time they look at the flowers that they now planted, they think of the great work that these students did and what a beautiful city we live in. So some really great work with just the simple idea that these students went out in the community and made things better.
What a wonderful way to spread some beauty and also some goodwill amongst your neighbors.
Exactly, and that was just one of the subsidiary things. The big thing that happens in this classroom, inside of room 5 every year, is an inquiry project. And to tell us a little bit more about that, I'd like to introduce you to Mrs. Pereles. So each year your students work on a different project, something really big, a scope celebrating how beautiful the city is. Can you talk about what this year's project was?
Sure. This year's project was called We Are Found in Winnipeg, and we looked at the multiculturalism of the city because we wanted to see what the people were like.
And we have this beautiful mural behind us. So can you talk a little bit about how all those little figures holding hands tie in together, and then the little thought bubble is?
Yes, what we decided to do was look at the senses of Winnipeg, what it smelled like, what it felt like, and we looked at the different types of people. So we went and cut out all different types of colors, had them join hands together, the students did all of that, and then dressed them and put up the speech bubbles. They did it all.
And when you say the students did it all, you really give them the power to create whatever sort of project they want to do, correct?
Yes, they're the fuel behind all of the project.
All right, well, let's go chat with some of the students to find out about what they've been doing and how they've been doing it. So we have Juliet here first. So Juliet, can you tell me what you wrote on your thought bubble, because it's very beautiful?
I wrote, Winnipeg feels like a warm blanket because everybody's friendly and encouraging.
That's so pretty. Now, why did you think to write that?
Well, because when I moved into Winnipeg, my neighbors and in my new school, lots of people were just really nice to me. Okay, good. So as soon as you came into the city, you felt that friendliness and warmth, and you got to include that in the mural. Next up, we got Marco. Marco, you wrote something a little bit about the great outdoors. What did you write?
I wrote, Winnipeg sounds like the bunnies hopping during the breezy spring, and I wrote that because I personally think that Winnipeg has a lot of beauty in it, and I felt like to express it.
Very nice. Such articulate students. I can't believe how smart these kids are. This is good news. This is good news for the future. All right, and at the very end we have Sharon. Can you tell me what you wrote for your thought bubble?
Mine is Winnipeg feels like a splash of nature from the breeze, and I wrote that because every morning when I come out of my house, I always smell the nice breeze.
Ah, beautiful. It's so inspiring getting to see the work that these students do and how they celebrate our city. Gets us invigorated. If you want some more information about what you can do to be part of Tourism Week in Winnipeg, just go to our website at breakfasttelevision.ca, because there's great events happening all week long. Coming up a little bit later on today on Breakfast Television, we'll show you some other work that the students have been doing and some of their favorite places to check out in the city. It's after a quick break here on BT.
My, it's a beautiful world.